Hi guys, we're going to get all of our streams up and running. Hopefully we can get everybody connected. There's 5 different sets of streams running right now, so I want to make sure that everybody gets hooked up and gets online. Everybody else usually gets on before Facebook, so we're going to make sure everybody's there, and then we're going to double check to make sure Facebook's logged in. Once we're sure everybody is all hooked up and all live, we will start our program this evening. Got a few announcements for tonight. We're actually going to open a few oysters too. Really excited. So we'll get all of that going once I make sure everybody has a chance to see what's going on. So welcome guys if you're new to us. Gonna double check just to make sure these live feeds are popping up. I'm watching the monitor going on behind us so that we can see who's connected, who's not. It looks like YouTube's live, Restream, quite a few others, Periscope, they're all live. It looks like Facebook should be live now, so welcome guys. Hello, happy Thursday evening. Super excited. We've got a lot of changes going on the website. Got some new stuff coming up in the next week or two. Of course, that big May giveaway, everything that we want to talk about tonight. So yeah, hopefully everybody's logged in. Hopefully everybody's signed on. If you have any questions while we're going through our video this evening, pop it up on any one of the feeds that are going on. We'll be glad to answer those for you. If we don't see your question right away, we'll make sure that we get back to you guys to answer those questions. And if you ever have questions when you're looking at the replays on these, feel free to comment on the video or send us a PM on Facebook. We're happy to answer those questions just as quick as we can. So the first thing I want to talk about is the biggest change we have to everything going on the website. We get a lot of people when they call or when they message us, things like that, asking if the oysters are included with the pendants. And because we've had so many people asking that question, that is probably our biggest question ever, we have decided we're going to make a big change to the website. I know a lot of people are looking for pendants only, things like that, and I don't want to completely knock you guys out. But we're going to now include one oyster with every pendant on the website. So when you go to the website and you decide you're going to pick which pendant that you like, and we offer so very many varieties, all sterling silver, when you're in your process of picking your pendant out and you're adding it to your shopping cart, you're going to find a drop down now that asks, do you want to open your oyster on their next available online event, or if you want to have them just sent to home so you can open that oyster with your pendant. We're happy to do it either way. There's no price difference. Just pick what you'd like to do. If you guys are wanting to open the oyster at home, that's perfectly fine. We don't mind that. Or if you want us to open it live here on one of our feeds, we're more than happy to do that as well. So just select that and it'll automatically be included with your pendant now. Drilled pendants are slightly different because that requires us to drill the pearl here and mount it on those sets of jewelry before we send it out. Those we're going to specifically state that your oyster needs to be opened with one of our online events. That way we still have the pearl in hand when we get ready to send that. It can be drilled, it can be properly mounted. That way you don't have to worry about trying to find somebody that can drill a pearl. We have all the equipment here to drill, so we don't mind. We just need to have that pearl here to do that. So that being said, when you buy a pendant now, the pearl, the oyster, that's all included. All of our oysters, there's a variety of colors, there's a variety of sizes. There are twins, there are singles, there's so many different things inside the oysters. That's why we're going to open some tonight, just to give you a taste of what you could see in any one of those oysters that you get with your pendants. The other thing we're going to talk about is that big May giveaway. Don't forget we've got that going on till the end of the month. All you have to do is like our Facebook page, and then find that May giveaway post. Comment on that post what kind of pendant you'd like to see us carry. Or if you already like the pendants we have, just comment with your favorite pendant. That way we know what everybody's looking for. We've got a jeweler that will design pretty much anything we want if we've got enough people looking for that particular style. We're currently working on a really pretty design for a winged horse. We're very excited about that. Hopefully we can get that design up and going. We have the 4-leaf clover coming. That was a comment I saw a few people making. So we do have a 4-leaf clover. It should be coming in the next week to 2 weeks. Be very excited. We'll make sure we announce that on Facebook as soon as we've got it live. And then from there, we'll show it off on one of our live feeds as well once it gets here. So make sure you like our Facebook page. Comment on that post to let us know what you'd like in a pendant or what you already like that we have. And that enters you for a drawing of one of 3 prizes. There's a $100 store credit, a $50 store credit, and a $25 store credit. Those winners will all be selected at the end of the month once May's finished, and we'll get them announced, and we will message you guys or email you guys with your codes on how to use that credit. But make sure you get in on that, because that's an incredible amount of credit we'll be giving away at the end of the month. And with $100, $50, $25, you can definitely find something of value on the website to use that on. So we're very excited about that giveaway, so make sure you participate. That helps us get an idea of what people are looking for. We don't want to just go out and randomly buy things that people don't want. There's no sense in wasting our time, our money, or your time here on Facebook watching us for pendants that you're not even interested in. So make sure you go ahead and like our Facebook page and comment on that post, so that way you can get entered into the drawing. The 4-leaf clover, I did kind of briefly touch on that. That'll be coming hopefully in the next week or two. It is on order. We're just waiting for shipping. We've got a few other things coming with that just to restock. The tube pendant, this little guy right here, that holds 4 pearls. We've got those coming to restock. I know they're getting a little low. Then I've got some more drill bits, things like that we had to get so we can start drilling some pearls for some sample products we're looking at. We're looking at some potential rings. We're looking at some potential earrings. But we need to drill some pearls to get them mounted and see how well they hold up. And our drill bit broke this week. So we're going to go ahead and get a bunch of stuff in. We'll be on, live as soon as we got those new things to announce that. We'll send some pictures out over the Facebook feed. But anyway, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and open some of those oysters. That way you guys have an idea what kind of stuff you could be seeing in the oysters you get when you buy your pendants. Again, these oysters, they're all, mixed up. We don't know what's going to come out of these. Generally, it's really nice stuff, really pretty colors, but it's always a surprise. Again, when you buy a pendant, your oyster's now included, including those drill pendants. The drill pendants, we do need to open your oyster online live so that we can have that pearl in hand to drill it. Otherwise, if it's one of those cage pendants, which is what we have the most of, I believe there's 28 or 29 of those now, you can have your oyster sent right to your house with the pendant. You can open it yourself. So that being said, if you've never opened one of these oysters before, we do have a few videos back on Facebook showing you step by step. Normally I've got a camera aimed right here at me and right at my stuff. Thanks to an update on one of our softwares about an hour ago, I don't have my second camera back up yet. So as soon as we get that second camera back up, we'll make sure we reshoot some videos showing you how to open oysters. But you can definitely find those step-by-step videos back on Facebook a little while back. It's pretty simple. The big thing is just not cutting too deep because you don't want to damage the pearl inside. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully we can make everything work with one camera tonight. I don't like one camera, but we'll make it happen. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead. I've got 11 oysters in the bowl, just a random sampling. No idea what's in here. Hopefully we get some really cool stuff. Nice big fat one is going to be our first one for the night. If you look, it's got 2 sides. One side's smooth, one side's got a dip in it. I'm going to face that smooth side away from me. And at this point, the oyster is kind of angled over to the right, my right. That big flap on the top, we're going to bust that off. And what that does is that opens up a crack right at the very top of this oyster. That's where I'm going to put my knife. You want a nice short paring knife or an oyster knife, nothing super sharp because you don't want to damage the pearl inside. Oyster knives work the best because they don't have a super sharp blade. I personally just am more comfortable with this one. If you look, I'm holding my thumb very, very close to the tip of the blade. That's because I don't want to insert that very far into the oyster. If I go way down in there, I'm going to damage the pearl. I just want to go far enough. There's a little tiny muscle right about here that's holding the shell closed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert this knife just far enough to get to that muscle, cut through the muscle gently because the pearl is usually sitting right underneath that muscle, so you don't want to like smash through there and damage the pearl. So we're going to cut through gently. We're going to put our oyster knife or our paring knife right in the top. And we're going to gently cut through that muscle. You can feel it. There's definitely resistance where that muscle is. And this one is almost all the way ready to open. There we are. Bam. It's nice and open. Simple. This is that muscle I just cut through. You can see it's on both sides holding the shell. And from here, we are going to look for the pearl inside. This one has a single pearl. Again, I'm used to having my second camera, so it's a little awkward tonight. This is a really pretty light lavender. Very, very pretty little pearl. That is the only one in here, so we're going to chuck this off to the side into the trash. We'll clean up this little pearl in our water just to get some of the oyster goo off of it. It's kind of a peachy lavender. It's a very unique little pearl. It's got a lot of shine to it. Very pretty. And the caliper doesn't want to turn on tonight. Very pretty little pearl. It's very, very close to being perfectly round. It's just a hair off of round. 6.98 is our size on this one. I'm hoping that I can see the camera soon so I can make sure I'm aimed at you guys. There we go, 6.98. Tech support's still working on trying to get that other camera moving so I don't get to see everything like I normally do.
Chat stream.
And we're also working on getting some of those chat streams moving. So this is that one we just opened. Really cute peachy lavender. It's kind of a very unique color. Hey, look at that. My bowl is playing with the green screen behind us. That's awesome. Look, you can see right through my neck. Alright, so that's that little guy right there. Very pretty pearl. I'm going to kind of keep these all on the towel until we get done, and then we'll compare them all with each other. This is going to be our next little oyster out of the bowl. It's kind of a funny shaped little guy. Again, I'm putting that smooth side away from me. This one's got a lot of seaweed and things on it. That's always fun and exciting because it just shows that they are grown and they're natural creatures. So I've busted that top off, just like I said before. I'm going to put my oyster knife in, not very deep. Going to go through that muscle. If you look, I'm not going all the way to the bottom because if I go all the way to the bottom, I might damage that pearl, and we don't want to do that. I know you can't really see it that well on this camera being down so low. Now this particular oyster has got twins. I don't want to knock them out, but if you look, there's two white ones just above my middle finger. Super pretty, and they're super big set of twins. What a great way to start the evening. This beautiful peachy lavender. It's got a green overtone, and now we've got these beautiful white twins. One is a little more cream than the other. They are both very, very pretty. Good sized set. First one is 7.25. That's about 7¼ millimeters. And our second one, these would almost make a really nice pair of earrings because they're so close together in size. 7.23. So close in size. One's just a hair shade color, just a hair, and it's not even much different than the other. When I get it up to you guys in the camera, you might be able to see that color difference. Just a hint, a little bit more cream than the other one, but a beautiful set of twins. Very exciting. I love twins because you never know when you're going to get an extra one that pops out. Alright, so we're going to go ahead with our third one. I saw an ultra tiny little guy in here earlier, so we're going to grab that one just because he's different. This one is the little guy. Size never really matters with these oysters. You never know what's going to come out. This one is smaller. It's kind of got the same flap there at the top. If you look, there's a little seaweed here, and there's some kind of weird white growth on the front. Just gives it a little character. Same thing with even with these little guys, we just broke that flap off. It's opened that crack right there in the front on the top. Same thing, a little bit less knife this time because I don't have to go in as far to find that muscle. It's not as deep because it's right there. This one popped right open nice and easy, and I don't know if you can see it. I don't want to dig through here really quick because I want you to see it. Right here at the very bottom, inside the oyster, there's our pearl, and if you look, that one is a beautiful blue one that just fell on my table. And it's a single, that's the only one that's in there. Look at that beautiful blue color. Absolutely gorgeous. Now this one is a little smaller, and I've found that the blues and the reds do tend to be a little smaller when we find them. But wow, this is super, super bright. Try to get it in here. They're so small, sometimes they don't always want to sit. 6.25. Again, the little blues are usually just a tad smaller, but look at that phenomenally gorgeous color. Who wouldn't mind a little bit smaller when you've got a color like that? It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a little bit lighter blue than what a Pepsi can would be. Not really a royal blue. It's almost like a Facebook blue. Really pretty little pearl. Get that up close to you on the black sand. Hopefully it'll stay there. Look at how gorgeous that blue pearl is. Just a beautiful one. Alrighty, guys. We're going to move on to our next one. What a great start. Beautiful peachy lavender, the white set of twins, and then that really pretty blue. I'm trying to find something fun in the bowl. All right, this guy's down in the middle. Super thick one. I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not. Never usually does. If you look, this has got a really cool red color. It's got some seaweed on both sides. Again, character. They're all individuals. There's no two that are ever really alike in here. This one's a little bigger and thicker, and of course the mussel is a little more tough to cut through, so I'm going to give it just a little bit more effort, but I'm not going to go as quickly. I'm just going to do a little tiny bit at a time until I feel we get through that mussel, because again, you don't want to damage the pearl inside. And this one I definitely would not have wanted to damage. Wow, what a gorgeous, gorgeous dark one. You look, there it is in the oyster. This one has a lot of purple color to it. It's a really pretty little mermaid. A mermaid is when you have more than one color on the same pearl. This one's definitely got purple on one side, blue on part of the side, and kind of a greenish bronze on the side. This would be really cool in like the dragon pendant, where it almost has like that dragony scale look to it. Really, really pretty pearl. It's got some size to it as well, 7.25. Really pretty. Let me get it into the black salt so you can see the phenomenally gorgeous colors on it. Hopefully the camera up there is going to catch it. And I'm going to turn this one in the lighting so you can see it. You can see the purples and you can see the greens. Just a really pretty pearl. I'll try to turn it up there for you. There's some of the purples. As I come around, we should see some of the greens as long as it doesn't keep moving in the sand. Let me turn it a little bit. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous mermaid colored pearl. And again, the green screen's having fun with the dish that I'm using tonight. I didn't realize it was going to do that. That's awesome. There you go, guys. Look at that gorgeous pearl. Another great pearl. What a great start, guys. This is beautiful pearls tonight. All right, so we're going to get our next one. Also has some seaweed. I guess we got some really green ones tonight with all the fun seaweed on them. Again, smooth sides towards you guys. I'm going to take off that top. We're going to shoot oyster goo all over the table because that's exciting. Now, when you're opening these at home, you're going to want towels around. You're going to want to keep things clean. They are messy creatures. They have liquid inside. They kind of smell a little funny. So you don't want that all over your house, your kids, your dog. So make sure that you prepare for it. Put a towel down, put something down that you can try to control the mess the best you can. If you have long hair, highly recommend braiding it, tying it back, something to keep it out of the oyster stuff. All right, so this guy's open. His pearl is right there. We're going to go ahead and get that guy out. It's a really, really pretty lavender. It's kind of a rosy lavender. Definitely has some beautiful colored overtones. And once we get some of the goop off of it, we should be able to see. Oh, hey, I left this oyster from the dark one on the table, and I did that for a reason. I forgot all about it. I'm going to clean out one side of it really quick. Just because this particular shell, I spotted it when we opened it, had a neat characteristic about it. Try to get some of the oyster off of it. It doesn't always come off that clean. Anyway, so when a oyster starts making a pearl, what happens, especially with like the cultured ones, because mankind is kind of helping the process along, a natural irritant, usually a piece of sand, a piece of shell, a piece of something, gets inside and irritates the muscles inside the oyster. And so the oyster starts building up layers of nacre across the top of that irritant, trying to smooth it out so it's not so harsh on the muscle and hurting it. And it's kind of ironic because the more it puts on there to try to smooth it out, the bigger it gets, the more it irritates, the bigger it gets, the more it irritates. But, you know, yeah, we have these beautiful cultured pearls inside the oysters where we've helped them by putting an irritant in there, but sometimes they have natural irritants that occur completely all on their own, and this particular shell had that happen. If you look right along the sides there, you see several different worm-like shapes where the nacre is formed. and it's actually like black colored, and that shows you how the different colors can occur on the pearls. Particularly the blacks don't usually occur naturally. It's usually something that man-made has dyed. But this one you can see where it was actually forming black lines, and the odds are that was actually formed because of a sea creature trying to burrow in the outside of the shell, which is why this is on the shell as opposed to making another pearl inside there. But that is really neat, like science there to show us what that oyster was doing while it was making our pearl. It was also making these what they would call blister pearls on the side of the shell. So that is really super cool. You don't see them very often, and we really never see them in these colors. This is just really, really neat. I may even actually clean this shell and hold on to it because it's fun. But look at how cool the shell is. So that lining of the shell is called mother of pearl or nacre. And that's what the pearls are made out of. The oyster just keeps lining it over and over, that irritant. So there's your little science lesson for the night. We got to see some really cool blister pearls on a shell tonight. That was really awesome. Alrighty. And that was the one that had that dark pearl in it, remember? So maybe that was a natural dark pearl that was in there. I doubt it, but there's a chance. Alright, so our next little guy up. Wait, we didn't finish going over that last pearl, did we? Shame on me. Alright, so that really pretty lavender with the crazy overtones. I'm looking at this. This one, it's evening here in Kentucky. The lighting isn't that great because we're all inside with studio lighting. But if I were to take this out in the sunshine, this thing is going to have a phenomenal green glow to it. I happen to have one of these for myself, so I recognize that green glow on there. 7.06, and it's a really pretty dark rose. I don't want to say peach because it's not peach. It's a rose lavender, but it's very heavy on the rose color. But it definitely, when this gets out in the sun, is going to have a phenomenal green overtone. It's one of the neatest things to see out in the sunshine when you've got that beautiful pinkish lavender rose color of the deep inside of the pearl, and then the sun hits it just right, and it's this gorgeous green shine. This one is a gorgeous, gorgeous pearl. As a matter of fact, we may decide to use it for something in the future, either a giveaway maybe or something coming up. We've got June to come up with. We've got all sorts of fun things that we're going to have to do some more giveaways for. This pearl just might make its way there. Kind of hard for me to get that color for you guys to see it, so I'm going to put it into the black salt. Normally I would not put a light color pearl in the black salt, but I'm hoping that it can pick up that green shine. Though, as I said, the lighting in here is not great for showing those shines off. They're really best viewed in sunshine, natural sunlight. That's where the natural colors really start to show. But that is a really, really pretty pearl. I wish that camera would catch it, and it's just not going to do it tonight. Gorgeous pearl, guys. Absolutely stunning. Probably, even though we've had that beautiful black mermaid and we have this beautiful blue, this one is going to be my favorite of the night just because we don't see those green overtones on that color pearl very often. The depth of the shine on that pearl, too. It's almost like you can see through the layers to this gorgeous chrome shine. Really, really pretty pearl. Super excited about that one. So yeah, this is the guy we just pulled out of the bowl when I forgot about that one before. I'm going to go ahead and pop that top. A lot of the pearls you see us opening tonight are probably going to be offered on the loose pearls as soon as we get those up and running. I know I promised you guys that we were going to have that up hopefully before Mother's Day, and it didn't happen. We're just having too many camera issues getting those photos taken. Again, this pearl is a prime example. The colors on this pearl are phenomenal, and I want you guys to be able to see them when you're buying them, and a lot of times I just can't capture the color with the camera, and I'm a perfectionist, so it tends to disappoint me that we can't get that color up there for you. Alright, so here's our next one. If you look right about here, there it is. Really dark little pearl. I'm going to pop that one out of there. That is a single. There's nothing else in that oyster. You guys can open them barehanded. It's kind of gross. I don't mind, but if you want to wear gloves, you're more than welcome to. I would not take my knife into that shell, though, and smash around in the meat looking for another one. Your knife, once you cut through the oyster, get the knife out of the picture because you don't want to damage, cut, scrape, scratch your pearls. So once you've got the oyster open and through that muscle, get the knife out of there. Go back to your hands, go back to gloves, go back to something to dig for your pearls, because the knife can definitely scratch it. I don't want to see you guys ruin your pearls. Alrighty guys, so this one does not have the really pretty mermaidy colors that that first dark one had, and it's a little bit smaller, 6.78. It's more of a gunmetal-y gray overtone. Really pretty. I'm going to kind of tuck it in there so it doesn't tip when I turn it to you guys. Really pretty little pearl. Compared to the one earlier, the other one definitely has more color to it. With the mermaids, they always are gorgeous colors. This one is just a really pretty chromy black, but still a very pretty pearl. This would look super pretty inside like the gun pendant, like a bullet. Would look really pretty in the horse that holds the 2 pearls, that type of stuff. It's a very pretty pearl. Alright, so I'm going to get ready to open this next one, and it has decided to open itself. That never happens. It's really kind of bizarre. If you look, I just pulled him out of the bowl, and this is what I just pulled out. So I don't need to get my knife on him. Really kind of cool, though, that you can see what the shell looks like before we actually break them. There's that layer of nacre, and then the actual edge of the clam, or the oyster, where it's just the shell part. So you can see how it's layered that stuff inside of its own shell, trying to just make its shell smoother so it's not irritating his own muscles. So that's really cool. We've got one right there that set him off to the side. That doesn't need to actually be cleaned up. Oh wow, guys, this one is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I kind of popped him out just because the way the muscle was, I didn't have to cut into it so we couldn't see it as quick. This is really gooey, it's really gross, but I wanted to kind of show it to you really quick before I start cleaning it off. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous chocolate pearl. Gorgeous chocolate pearl. So once we get him cleaned off, we will see what exactly it looks like, but I can tell you right now, it is a chocolate, beautiful chocolate, almost a purpley chocolate. This is a really pretty pearl, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. Doesn't want to clean up. It wants to be gooey. Stunning pearl. Wow, guys. Amazing, amazing pearl tonight. And this one is big compared to some of the other ones this evening. This is a big one. I don't see the chocolates usually this big. 7.35. Gorgeous, gorgeous dark chocolate. Absolutely beautiful. Like, I'm going to sit here and drool on this pearl for just a minute, guys, before I spin it around and let you guys look at it. Beautiful, beautiful dark chocolate. Look at that pearl. This one would look good in just about everything we carry. Particularly like the cowboy boot with the horseshoe. Gosh, that would look good in so many of the pearls, the necklaces. The paw print. That would be gorgeous in the paw print. That would be gorgeous in the bunny or the owl. Look at how gorgeous that chocolate pearl is. Absolutely stunning. Cannot get over the color on that. That is gorgeous. We don't see those chocolates very often. And for that to just randomly pop up tonight, I am so excited. Wow. Beautiful pearl. Alright, so this is the biggest one in the bowl. Again, size doesn't always mean anything when it comes to oysters. So our biggest guy. And of course, this one definitely needs the knife because he doesn't want to just open for us. What a great surprise. An oyster that opened itself with a beautiful chocolate pearl. How phenomenal was that? Alright guys, this one has a big, bright, light peach. Beautiful pearl. Now, when you open your oysters at home and you need to clean the oyster goo off, there are several conflicting reports on what to use to clean your pearls. Here, I use a small bowl, right now it's already pretty gross, of warm water with just a hint of extremely mild hand soap. Again, conflicting reports. Some people say don't use soap, some people do use soap. I use the soap just because it helps with the cleaning of it, and then I dry it really good on my towel to make sure all of the soap is off of it. From there, I would definitely recommend a salt If you've got kosher salt, sea salt, that type of stuff, put your pearl in that salt, kind of rub it around a little bit. The salt is going to help kill any of the germs that may be in the preservatives that were on it. But they are kind of saltwater oysters, so I'm not 100% believing of the salt killing the germs on that, as I am just using a little bit of mild soap water. But make sure you rinse it really good. You don't want to leave that soap on it. The natural oils of your skin will help with keeping the shine on the pearl, but you can also buff them out with a soft cloth, and that will help bring their shine back out. Always make sure your pearls are the last thing you put on in the morning when you're getting ready, the first thing you take off, because you don't want your pearls getting gummed up with lotions or body sprays, perfumes, that stuff. Make sure they go on after that. So this is that gorgeous bright white peach. Super pretty. 7.36 is another really good size one. This one definitely has some depth of color to it, but it's not got that green shine like that other one earlier has. But it is a very pretty little pearl. I'm going to put him in a little bit lighter salt so you guys can see it a little better. Really pretty little pearl, and a good sized one, almost the same size as that chocolate we just had. And I'm going to show off all these pearls when we get done tonight, all side by side together in the salt, so you can see what we've done tonight, and see what a variety there were. That way anybody who missed those first few oysters can see them and catch up on what's going on from this evening. We've got 3 more left in the bowl. This one looks like a really big one until you flip it around and realize it's all big flap. And the actual oyster itself is kind of small. That happens too. I mean, look at the size of the flap. That brought us down to a very small little oyster. Wow, guys, another gorgeous, gorgeous mermaid. Holy cow. I'm going to kind of hold him up with his gooey oyster. It's kind of hard to see because he's tucked in the muscle there. Gorgeous, gorgeous mermaid. This one has a phenomenal purple color to it, and then when it spins around, it's got a beautiful bright blue. Really pretty. Now this one's smaller, similar in size maybe to that blue one we had earlier, but with a color like this, I will forgive it in a heartbeat for its smaller size. Beautiful color. Super, super pretty. And I don't know if I'm going to get it in the salt to show you that color at all, but 6.28 is our size on this one. And I may just reposition it a few times in the salt to try to show off this color. It is absolutely gorgeous. I cannot believe the amazing colors we've had tonight. This is just a really, really fun group. All right, so we'll start off with the side that's really, really purple. Really, really purple. Gorgeous, bright, bright purple color. It's really plum, really bright, super, super pretty. And we'll try to flip it to the blue side. Doesn't show the blue in the dish very well because it's trying to reflect off the dish's colors. But look at that other side's color. Just gorgeous. Bright teal blue with hints of royal blue as it goes around towards that purple. What a great mermaid pearl. Super, super pretty. Really, really pretty. Very happy with this one. Gorgeous, gorgeous pearl. Wow. We're having a great time tonight because these are just beautiful. Every one that we have seen tonight has been beautiful. All right, another one with a really big flap that shot oyster goo all over the table. I say oyster goo, really it's just shooting the liquid from the bowl I'm keeping them in. It's mainly water, but it does have a little bit of the liquid. Now see this one, I can't see the oyster or the pearl very hard, and my instinct was immediately to take the knife and try to cut and look for it. Don't want to do that. We don't want to damage the pearl wherever it's hiding in here. And it's very easy when you're going through your oyster, let me get rid of some of the juice out of here, to see this little black mark and think that's the pearl, and it's not. That's actually just part of the oyster's anatomy. But if we look right where I just started to make a little bit of a hole next to it, guys, look at that color. Look at that color. Holy cow, guys, look at that color. I'm just going to keep repeating that because the color is amazing. Look at the gorgeous bright orchid purple of that one. That is gorgeous, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Amazing, amazing bright orchid purple, guys. Beautiful pearl. This one probably is going to outrank my chocolate as my favorite now because I love purple, and this one is just stunning. 6.48. He's a little bit on the smaller side, but holy cow, that color is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Stick him down in that black salt. I hate that the black salt doesn't show off the purple as much as it should. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous orchid purple color. Wow. Talk about a beautiful pearl. That would look great in any of the flower pendants. That would look great in all sorts of pendants that we offer. I know we have some dog people out there that run agility, and NADAC, one of the dog agility groups, their color is purple. This would look really pretty in that paw print with the purple pendant for one of your dog agility trials. Wow, that is stunning. We're gonna have to put all these guys side by side so you can see the amazing color differences between them. All right, guys, so this is my last oyster in the bowl for the evening. Again, we're just showing off a sample of what you could get with your oysters. And remember, now from this point forward, every pendant we sell includes the oyster in the price. You don't have to pay extra for an oyster. So this is our last guy. And take his flap off. And we're going to go inside to find out what we have hiding in here today. All right, so this one's nice and open, but again, my pearl isn't easy to spot. So we're going to dig around in here with a finger. There it is. Usually, guys, if you don't see your pearl right away, check towards the hinge where the two shells come together, right here in the middle. That's generally where your pearls are going to hide. I'm going to get rid of this guy. You guys couldn't see it very well from the angle you were at, but I did find it in there. And if you look, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous wine red. What great colors tonight. Holy cow. So again, nothing else in here. It's just the one pearl. Gorgeous red. Wow. You guys, look at all these great pearls we had tonight. It's a deep, deep wine red. Almost has a little bit of a brown tone to it. Kind of a chocolate cherry maybe. 6.39. Again, remember those reds and blues tend to be a little on the smaller side. And I don't have it in there at its widest point. It's probably at a nice halfway point between the narrower side and the wider side. They're not always perfectly round, and that's normal. Oysters are natural creatures. They can't make things perfect every time. But look at that gorgeous chocolate cherry red. I'll put that in the black. I don't know that it's going to show it off to its best. Let me get that where you can see it. Look at that beautiful chocolate cherry red. Pretty, pretty. I'm so excited about the purple, though, because purple's my favorite color. But chocolate cherry red, that's pretty fun, too. Especially for, you know, somebody that you're giving a gift, because who doesn't like chocolate and who doesn't like cherries and reds and wines and fun stuff like that. All right, guys, so that is everybody we opened tonight. I'm going to put them all back into the salt together to show them all off so you can see all the different colors that we saw. Again, this is just a sample of the things you might find in an oyster that we have when you get one with your necklace. We've got a beautiful set of pearls here. Wow, guys, just so pretty. Trying to get all the color right there where you're going to see it up front. And it's funny, that mermaid that had that purple tone sitting right next to the real purple one, that orchid purple, there's definitely a difference in the two. You can see more of the mermaid with those two by themselves next to each other. All right, guys, so this, out of the 11 oysters we opened tonight, we have 12 beautiful pearls because of that set of twins. So those are our beautiful 12 pearls. I'm going to stand up to make sure that nobody rolls up there in front of that camera. Look at those colors. There's that beautiful bright orchid. There's that beautiful mermaid, the chocolate, the beautiful chocolate cherry at the bottom, the blue up top, the mermaid we had earlier, the really dark rose with the green. Again, you guys aren't seeing that green overtone, and it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous pearl. So what a great set, and that beautiful set of white twins that would make a set of earrings. beautiful, beautiful sample of what could come out of those oysters. So remember, guys, when you order your pendants now, you'll automatically have a oyster included. If it's a cage pendant like the dragon I'm wearing, or the two, or the horse, we've got a few of these laying around up here today. Cage pendants, feel free to select open at home if you want your oysters and you want the fun of opening them. Or if you don't want to deal with oyster goo and you want me to do that for you, just select open online on our next available online event, and we will be glad to open them for you live on camera. We'll make sure they're all cleaned and ready to go. If you order the drilled pendants, that's like the beautiful stingray that we offer. That's probably one of my favorite drilled pendants. And then there's the beautiful triple hearts. There's beautiful, beautiful drilled pendants. Make sure to remember that we're going to have to open those online so we have the pearl in our hand and can drill it and get it mounted on your pendant. Now, anything that you buy, anything you buy, we get it shipped out within the next business day. We're very quick. We send it out as soon as possible. Free shipping on everything in the United States. The only exception to sending out, I'm looking at some troller that is commenting some nasty stuff. I'm sorry, that totally distracted me. The only difference to sending it out next day is the drilled pendants, because it does take us some time to drill it. The drill isn't very hard to do. It's that the mounting adhesive, the stuff that actually keeps the pearl on your necklace, we want to make sure that's fully set and dried before we send it through the rigorous process of shipping. So that takes one extra day just to give that adhesive a little bit more time. So we've got all these beautiful pearls. We've got those free oysters now with every pendant you buy. And we've got that wonderful May giveaway. So if you win that giveaway, you get the $100, the $50, the $25. Not only can you just go and buy a pendant off the website, you could actually now include the oyster with that. So it's an even bigger value than it was when we first started the giveaway. So make sure you guys like the Facebook page. Make sure you guys go to that giveaway post, comment on that post that says, you know, this is the kind of pendant I'd really like to see, but you don't carry. Or, hey, you guys carry great stuff. This is my favorite. Just tell us something. That way we have an idea of what everybody's looking for and we know where to gear all of our pendants and our jewelry. Or if you don't want another pendant and you want us to offer something different, hey, I really, really need a pearl ring. Post that. We're happy to take that as an entry. I am definitely looking at pearl rings. We're definitely looking at earrings. Those are all going to be drilled things, though. They're not going to be cages. So we definitely want to test the durability of those things to make sure if I'm wearing a set of earrings that I can wear it out in public and not worry about them. Or if I'm wearing a ring, I'm pretty tough on my hands. I know a lot of the world is. Not everybody is a stay-at-home mom, and not everybody doesn't have to wash dishes or, you know, change babies and do that stuff. That stuff that gets on rings, that gets on pearls, it gets on stuff. I mean, it happens. So we want to make sure the ring, the adhesives, the earrings, all of those things are going to hold up to everyday wear and tear. And I'm probably the worst on jewelry compared to everybody else on the planet because I'm a pretty tough chick and I beat my stuff up pretty hard. So if it can last through my rigorous day, it should be able to last through anybody's rigorous day. But we want to make sure we test that out before we just say, hey, we've got this wonderful stuff. We want to make sure it's going to hold up for you guys too. So watch for that new 4-leaf clover coming. That should be in the next week or two, depending on shipping. Watch for any changes that we may have coming up because we do have some other stuff we want to do. Also, make sure you don't forget to enter that May giveaway. And remember that oysters are now included with every single pendant. If you buy more than one pendant, you can buy, you get more than one oyster. The other thing is, okay, so let's say you want to buy this tube pendant. Obviously, this little guy holds more than one pearl. So you buy the tube pendant, you get one oyster, but you're like, hey, I need more oysters to fill my tube pendant. Every single pendant we offer, when you get to the page, not only do you have your drop down on these cages for, do you want to open it at home or do you want us to open it online? You're also going to see that you have the option to buy extra oysters at a discount. So instead of just going online and buying an oyster for 20 bucks, if you're buying it with a pendant and you're buying an extra oyster because you already get one, that extra oyster is only 15 instead of 20. So you have an option to purchase an additional 3 oysters per pendant at 15 a piece instead of 20 a piece. So we're offering you a better deal. I don't mind taking a little bit of a cut on my oyster prices because the quality of these pearl cages is so much worth it. Um, Again, everybody out there who's new to us, you're going to see pearl people everywhere, but 99% of them are going to have silver plated jewelry. Pearls are gorgeous. They're going to hold up for a long time. I want your pendant that holds your pearl to hold up just as long. I can't wear plated jewelry. It doesn't matter how nicely it's made. I'm too tough on jewelry. It turns on me within 24 hours. My neck is green. My rings are green. Um, so the one thing that stands apart from us to everybody else is everything we offer here, chains, pendants, everything is solid sterling silver. We don't plate it. It's not plated. The jeweler that we use on new custom designs knows that that's what we need. They make anything we want solid sterling. So if you see other people that have really cool pendants and they're plated, and that's what you want is that pendant, but you don't want it plated, go back to that giveaway post to tell us what you're looking for and say, hey, I saw this really cool gorilla pendant on so-and-so's website. Can you get that in solid sterling? Yeah, we probably can. And if we get enough people that want a gorilla pendant in solid sterling, absolutely. That's going to be the next thing we're going to try to offer. Um, if it's not something that's out there designed already, our jeweler will custom make it for us. Where, as I said, we're currently looking at a custom design for a winged horse. Um, I know there's a lot of nurses out there, a lot of doctors, a lot of people in the medical field. We're going to try to start designing something in that genre, I guess, to help you guys out because there's nothing out there for you. Whether it's plated or not, there's just nothing out there for anybody in a medical career, and there's so many of you guys. And not very many people know my personal information, but our family recently had quite a few medical issues. It's part of why we were down a couple weeks ago. So we want to make sure we're giving back to those people who helped us out. So all of you nurses out there, thank you guys. All you doctors, ICU staff, ER staff, people who take out appendixes, thank you guys because you've got us back here on live on video, and we want to make sure that we find some jewelry that works out for you guys to honor what you do for us. So I think that's everything I wanted to go over tonight. Hopefully we'll have our second camera back up next week, so when we're opening oysters or going over new jewelry, things like that, we can get those nice, gorgeous close-ups that you're used to. Other than that, guys, have a great night. Have a great weekend. Really excited about Memorial Weekend coming up next weekend. Hopefully you guys have some great plans for that. Get to hang out with your families, things like that. So we will see you guys next week. We will be live next Thursday before Memorial Day weekend. So we'll see you guys next week and have a great night.